Hello everyone, I am Vinay Arji. Today I am delivering a lecture on soil and its properties. This is the second session. So in the previous session we have discussed about um, proper we have introduction to the soil and we have studied their physical properties and chemical properties. In physical properties we have studied void ratio and air content, moisture content, and degree of saturation, specific gravity, and many other things with formula. Uh, in this session, we will classify the soil, classification of the soil, and we'll study about field identification of the soil. So let's start. So again, in this course content, we'll study type of soil and their suitability to the construction of the structure, bearing capacity, and method of improving the safe bearing capacity, and its safe bearing capacity values for various types of soils. The course outcome. So and at the end of this course, so you all need to identify the different types of the soil using the field test methods we will discuss today in this class, and you should know the strength of the different soils. So let's start with this session. In this session, first we will study about classification of the soil and Indian Standard Classification System, that is ISCS, uh, IS 1498 970, and field identification of soils. So classification of soils. So for general engineering purposes, soil may be classified by the following systems. First one is particle size classification. Second one is textural classification. Third one is Highway Research Board classification. And fourth one is Unified Soil Classification System. And fifth one is IS classification system. So let's discuss with the particle size distribution. The particle size distribution means the percentage of various sizes of particles in a given dry sample is found out by particle size analysis or mechanical analysis. The mechanical analysis performed in two stages. First one is sieve analysis. Sieve analysis is for coarse grain soils, and second one is sedimentation analysis or wet mecha analysis. This is for fine grained soil. What is coarse grained soil and what are the fine grained soil, that we will discuss later. So in general, any sample, it may contain both coarse grain and soil or fine grain soil, or sometimes it is entirely fine grain or coarse grain or both. So this is a sieve mesh chart. In IAS sieve mesh, we can see that there are 4 mm which is around 4000 micron. This is just conversion. Here we will see it in mm and here it is in microns. This is IS standard 469 bar 1972. So for example, if it is size of the grain is 1 mm, it means it is 1204 microns. So this is the sieve mesh chart for as per IS 469 bar 1972. So here is the soil classification. So you can see in this section I have divided into two sections. First one is called, can you see here, fine grained components and coarse grained component. So first we will divide this into fine grained and coarse grained. So in the coarse grained there are different components like boulder, cobble, gravel, sand. These are the symbol. Generally for boulders and cobbles we don't use any symbol. For gravel we use G as a symbol, and sand we use S as symbol. So what are the boulders? Boulders means these the particles which has size about more than 300 mm or 30 centimeter. So these boulders may be, they are round or angular, they may be bulky, means heavy, or they may be hard rock. So if it is more than 300 mm diameter, then we'll call it as a boulder. So for cobble means which is the diameter of the particle is less than 300 mm, but more than 80 mm. It means it is passes through the 300 mm sieve, but it will retain on the 80 mm sieve. Again, it may be round shape or angular shape, or it may be bulky, or it may be hard rock. So let's come to the gravel. So gravel means which the soil particles passing through 80 mm sieve but retained on 4.75 mm. Again, gravel will divide into two parts: coarse grained gravel, coarse gravel, and fine gravel. So, if it is coarse gravel means it passes through 80 mm sieve and it is retained on 20 mm sieve. It means the size of the soil particles varies between 20 mm to 80 mm. If it is fine gravel, then the size of the soil lies between 4.75 mm to 20 mm. So next one is sand. So sand means the again it is also, it may be round or round or angular. So it is hard rock. The particle passing through 4.75 mm and retained on 75 micron sieve. So any soil particles which passes through 4.75 mm sieve and it is retained on 75 micron. It means the soil particles lie between 75 micron to 4.75 mm. Then it is called sand. Again, it may be coarse sand, medium sand, or fine sand. How you classify? Based on particle size. So if passes through the 4.75 mm and it retains on 2 mm sieve, it means 2 mm soil particles of 2 mm to 4.75 mm, we call it as a coarse sand. If passes through 2 mm and retains on 425 micron sieve, then we call it as a medium sand. For fine sand, the soil size of the soil particles lie between 75 micron to 425 micron. This is regarding coarse grained components. So for fine grained components, generally we call it as silt and clay. So any particles which passes through the 75 micron sieve, we call it as fine grained components. Again, based on their behavior, whether it is slightly plastic or non-plastic, regardless of the moisture, that is water content present in it, or whether it exhibit little strength or no strength when we air dried it. So then it is called silt. So for clay soil, which is again it also passes through the 75 micron sieve, and it is identified by behavior, that is it can be made to exhibit some plastic properties within a certain range of moisture and exhibit loading a considerable strength when it is air dried. So the difference between silt and clay is depend upon the moisture content, and it will for clay it can be loaded to a certain extent. So for silt, it may take the load or it may not. So again there is one more fine grained component is called organic matter. So organic matter means it essentially contains vegetations, which is decomposition vegetations, or materials which is non-soil. So I have made this chart. So here you can see the different particle sizes. See, for this boulder, the size of the soil particle should be more than 300 mm. For cobble, the size of the soil particles lies between 80 mm to 300 mm. So coarse grained soil, here you can see for gravel, coarse gravel, the size lies between 20 mm to 80 mm. For fine gravel, the size lies between 4.75 mm to 20 mm. So for sand, if it is coarse sand, the size lies between soil particle size lies between 2 mm to 4.75 mm. For medium sand, it lies between 0.425 mm to 2 mm. So for fine sand, it is 75 micron to 0.425 mm. So for fine grained soils, anything which passes through the 75 mm then we call it as a fine grained soil. Again, either it may be silt or clay. So how to differentiate, how to identify whether it is silt or clay, that we'll discuss in the later stages. So next stage is type of soil. The soils on which the structures are constructed can be broadly divided into three categories: soft soil, spreading soil, hard or rocky soils. So for soft soils, these are compressible soils and yield when loaded. It means, so these soils can be compressed. It means the volume of the soil changes when you applied load, compressible load. Again, these can be yield when loaded. It means they will take some load before it breaks. So, so it means yielding means they will take load up to their capacity. After that, it will break. So these soils can be loaded within reasonable limits, and these are suitable for ordinary structure like single one-story building, for non-importance structures. Again, for example, ordinary soils such as clay, soil loam, or common earth. You can see these are clay loams or common earth from the spreading soil. Spreading soil means these are non-cohesive soil and give way to lateral escape when loaded. It means these soils need to be confined to take the load. For example, if you take a sand and if you pour it on the ground, if any load you applied on the sand, it will just disperse. But if you confine that sand into a box, it means in a confined box, you fill the sand, then you apply the load, it will take certain load. So that's what it means. So if confine and prevent from spreading means they will compress and they will take load considerably. For example, sand, gravel, and moram. You can see sand. This is gravel. This is moram. Third one is hard or rocky soil. These are incompressible and strong soil. They will take heavy loads without yielding. Means so they won't yield at all if you apply the load. These are suitable for multi-story buildings, over tanks. So for extremely important building and high-rise buildings, so it is very essential to build on the hard or rocky soils. Example, solid rocks, stony soils, etc. So next one is Indian Standard Classification System, that is ISCS. So here the same thing, the coarse grain soil. See, you can see the coarse grain. The if you take a soil sample and more than half of the soil particles contains the size of the particles more than 75 micron of ISU size, then it is called coarse grain soils. It means if in a sample, the more than 50% of the soil particles have sizes more than 75 microns. So fine grain soils. Here in a particular sample, if more than 50% of the soil mass having sizes of soil particles lesser than 75 micron, then we call it as a fine grained soil, like sand and sea. You can see the by naked eye only you can differentiate coarse grain and fine grained soil. And third one is highly organic soils and other miscellaneous soil materials. Here more the large portion of the soil material contains organic matter such as peat and particles of decomposed vegetation. Again, these soils include shells, concretion, cinders, and non-soil materials. See, this is field identification of the soil. Here you can see these are fine grained soils, which is clay and silt. For coarse grained soils, you can see this is coarse sand, which means you can see the difference between soil particles. This is medium gravel. What you can see is gravel here. These are all different soil particles, which already we have discussed in detail. So again, what is coarse grain? Here, these are all mineral fragments which are easily identified by naked eye on the basis of the grains. As I said, if it is more than 75 micron, then it is called coarse grain. The major coarse grain materials are gravel and soil. Again, we have discussed coarse gravel, fine gravel, coarse sand, medium sand, and fine sand, which we have discussed. So based on the experience from the naked eye only, you can identify whether it is coarse grain or fine grain soil. Further, coarse grains are divided into gravel and sand. Fine grains are divided into silt and clay size. So fine grained soils are silt and clay, depending upon the significance of absence of or presence of organic matter. They are categorized as inorganic soils or organic soils respectively. See, you can see this is the mark. You can see 75 micron. Anything which is more than 75 micron, then we call it as a coarse grain. If it is less than 75 micron, soil particle size is less than 75 micron, then it is called fine grain soils. So this is regarding identification of fine grain soil. As I told you, anything which passes through the 75 micron, we call it as a fine grain. Again, in the fine grain, there are two types, which is silt and clay. So how to identify whether it is a silt or whether it is a clay? So based on the field test, you can identify. Here, first one is sedimentation. In sedimentation test, what we do is we'll take a water in a beaker, and we'll pour the soil sample in the beaker and we stir it. So we'll allow it to will allow some time to settle the soil particles. So what happens is, soil particles, it will take some particles like coarse grained or easily they will settle within no time, and for silt and clay it will take more time to get settled. So after the settling, you can see there are different layers of soil particles. So from comparing the relative thickness of the each layer of the bottom, each layer in the bottom of the jar, we can conclude whether it is a silt or clay. This is regarding sedimentation test, which we can do it in the field. Regarding dial tendency or shaking test, this here also to distinguish between silt and clay, in the we use this shaking test. Here what we do is we'll take the soil sample and we'll add some water to it to just to saturate it. So a small part of this soil sample is taken in the hand. You just vigorously rub it horizontally. So after rubbing some time, so if the soil's surface becomes shiny very quickly, then it contains silt or it is very fine sand. If soil surface does not become glossy at all, then it is called clay. Or if this glistening or this shining happens only after certain time or slowly it occurs, then we can identify this soil is predominantly it is silt with possible small amount of clay. Third one is dry strength test. So this strength distinguish between clay and silt. Here what we do is we'll take a dry sample, and these lumps of dry sample will press between thumb and forefinger. So based on the pressure, it will break. So if you apply very little pressure, then it breaks into pieces. We'll call it as very low strength. If you take little bit more pressure to break it, then it's called medium strength. If it is required more pressure to break it from our fingers, then we call it as a high strength test. Next one is ribbon test. In this test, we take some soils in hand, add water to it, more workable. So we press the soil between thumb and index finger to make a ribbon shape of 3 mm thick. So as long as it can be formed before it breaks itself under its own weight. If you could form a ribbon of longer than 100 mm, then soil contains high amount of clay. So if it is a silt, then we can't make a ribbon out of it. Next one is plasticity test. So this test determines the plastic limit of the clay soils. Here we'll mix the water and we'll oversaturate it. Then take a soil sample paste into a hand and roll into a thread. So if you make a roll of around 3 mm diameter without cracking, the soil contains clay soils. So if you can't make roll of 3 mm, then it is essentially silt. So this is regarding today's session. So here we studied classification of the soil and classification of the coarse grain soil and fine grain soil. So we have done the field test, how to identify whether it is silt or clay or coarse grained soil. So I think we have understood the concept, and we'll have a small assessment. I'll give you some multiple choice questions. I will give you some time to think the answer. So students, please note down the answer. Later I will tell you the what are the correct answers. So cohesive soils are generally plastic or plastic and also compressible. B is elastic and also compressible. C plastic but incompressible. D none of the above. So please note down the correct answers. Okay. So I'll go with next question. For field identification, following test is used. So check with what are the tests as we had discussed. There are different tests to identify the whether it is silt or clay. So what are the tests? Whether it is Bryson test, plasticity test, shaking test, or all of the above. Please check with your answers. Please note on the answers. Next question. Pick up the cohesive soil from the following: red earth, clay, black cotton soil, compacted ground. Which one of the following is cohesive soil? Okay. The next question. The cohesionless soil from the following is sand, silt, clay, and silt. So which of the following is cohesionless soil? Okay. So next question. Fine sand possesses good plasticity, limited plasticity, seasonable plasticity, clay. Which one is the right answer? So next question. Example of spreading soil is, so clay soil loam, sand, solid rock, none of the above. We have discussed spreading soil. Means if you confine the spreading soil, it will take load. Otherwise, it won't. So this is the answers. So I hope I have noted down the answers. Please check with your answers. First one. What is the first question? Cohesive soils are generally plastic and also compressible. So answer is first one. For second question, for field identification, following test is used. Which one? Dry strength is also you can use. Plasticity test we have used. Shaking test also can be used. So answer is all of the above. So which of the following is cohesive soil? Answer is black cotton soil. Next question. The cohesionless soil from the following is, answer is sand. Okay. Fine sand possesses, what is the answer? Clay. Example of spreading soil is, as I told you, spreading soil means sand. So these are the answers. So I'll give some descriptive questions. Please note down these questions and try to answer them. So before go through the study material given to you, study them, then note down these questions. So without opening the study material, try to answer these questions in your notebook. First one is list out different types of soil, mention their suitability for construction. Second one, give the classification of soil as per IS code. Third one, explain field identification of soil. Fourth one, list the classification of soil. Fifth one, explain plasticity of soil. Okay, students, I hope you have understood the session. So try to answer these questions. So in the next session, we'll discuss about plate load test, soil safe bearing capacity and plate load test. Okay, thank you. So before that, I'll give some activity. So what you need to do is study the IS code for soil and prepare a brief report on that. Okay. The second activity what you have to do is collect locally available soil samples and identify them by using the field test what we have discussed, different field tests, shaking test, plasticity. So whatever test we have discussed, you use this test to identify whether it is silt or clay, or by naked eye also you can identify whether it is coarse or fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you.